The following program may contain scenes with nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my name is Daniel Barrow. I'm a Montreal-based media and performance artist. I have never been trained as a performance artist per se. In art school, I was an art history major, and then I took an interest in video and animation. But I think my primary inspiration and reference was storytelling. All of the work that I've created is in one way or another a narration or a narrative of some kind. And so I approach performance from the perspective of a narrator.
I think most artists find it very difficult to distance themselves from their subjects.
My first major piece outside of art school was called Looking for Love in the Hall of Mirrors, which is about a 30-minute overhead projection performance about an elderly man who moves from the farm to the city, ostensibly Winnipeg, for the first time with the idea of becoming an artist. So it's probably my most autobiographical piece, and it's the first ambitious piece I created outside of an art school context.
Beauty often moves people to tears. I'm told my work affects this process in reverse. Quite a feat, I think.
You know, I didn't have a reputation as an artist. There was a lot of uncertainty. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how long I would be creating work. It was an important piece for me because it launched my career as an artist.
Chapter 1, The Garbage Man. I used to cry very regularly, but somewhere along the way I seem to have lost the aptitude.
Often in my overhead projection performances, I am recreating cinematic gestures from some of my favorite films. So for instance, in the piece, Every Time I See Your Picture, I Cry, I've borrowed a lot of sequences from the John Carpenter movie Halloween. It's really exciting to see how I can translate a very complicated cinematic gesture using tricks and sort of inventing my own visual language. A lot has been made of the fact that I use antiquated technologies, and while I am a nostalgic person, I think I'm primarily interested in working with simple technologies, and to me that's very creatively stimulating. I was invited by the curators of the Powerball to present Learning to Breathe Underwater, which is an adaptation of Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. But it's more faithful to the original melancholic and gothic nature of the story. I'll be presenting another piece called House on Fire. And both of those pieces have very simple gestures pre-programmed into it. And the gallery viewer doesn't actually get to see the piece animated unless they're implicating themselves in the action. I'm actually quite embarrassed by frank expressions of sexuality and emotion in artwork, but it seems to just come out naturally in my own work. I always felt like someday it would become necessary to express myself unnecessarily, or to be gratuitous with my own emotion or sexuality. And that's part of almost every piece I create.